Thank you for joining us. Insecurity has become a major challenge in Nigeria, with recurring violence between herding and farming communities, kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry escalating in various parts of the country. Although various strategies have been executed by past administrations, it has remained a thorn in the country's flesh. Now, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has revealed plans to establish a special intervention squad aimed at addressing security threats within the country. He revealed that Kano State will pilot this development to enhance security and ensure citizens' safety. Joining us now via Zoom from Abuja is the Force Public Relations Officer from the Nigeria Police Force, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, all over the world. Good morning.
Right. Ma'am, the question on the lips of some Nigerians who are expressing concerns as well is, how special is this special interventions force? How is it different from other squads that they have experienced? They're talking about the disbanded anti-robbery squad, as well as the special weapons and tactical team that they have known. They are questioning what makes this different from every other team or squad that the force had come up with.
Well, this particular special intervention squad, SIS, is different from others that we had in the past. Is a new initiative of the new Inspector General of Police, who came on board on 19th of June, 2023, after his appointment by the President and Commander-in-Chief. He had this in mind as a young officer who has been growing in the job. And you agree with me, for him to have risen to the status of the Inspector General of Police, he has fought with and he has seen all. So he had this initiative, and of course, he has brought all this initiative, and it's a project that we are to mop up 40,000 police personnel, 1,000 per state, and the remaining 3,000 will be on standby somewhere where they might be needed. The good idea about this is that these 1,000 men, they are not going on patrol like that, the way we used to have the so-called SARS and the SWAT. They are to be on standby under the command of the Commissioner of Police in charge of that state. And this squad is having its own commander. The commander is to be appointed by the IGP from Abuja here. But the CP of that state will manage them. And of course, all of them are under the command of the Deputy Inspector General of Police Operations, unlike what we used to have when we were having the disbanded SARS and some of these outlets. So this squad will not be used to be arresting people anyhow on the road, or to form roadblock, or to just be doing this township patrol like that. They are going to be the punching arm of the force. They are going to be the striking force of the Nigerian police force in all our states, and they won't be going out. They are going to be camped, and they will be deployed when necessary. So it's not like what we used to see, that you just have them in one bus or one kurupe or one marwa saying, park there, what do you carry? No. This is a special squad that they are going out for a very serious business, because we have noticed that there's need for us to actually take police to have primacy when it comes to internal security, so that we'll be able to do our job the way expected of us. And the IGP has decided to mop up these men from withdraw men from certain individuals to have mobile men. And this is going to comprise this mobile force counter-terrorism units, special protection units, and other tactical squads on Nigerian police force. And with this, the ICT-based platforms we have in Nigeria, talking of the C4I, VGS, HABs, the Nigerian police force here. So it's ICT-based, apart from the fact that you're going to see them on the field in various places, the operation is here in Abuja. So it's not like what we used to. IGP has said the ball rolling. He had a meeting with the commanders, and they have improved properly what we have to use this men for. The standard operating procedure is out and has been given to the commanders who are going to mobilize.
ACP, are you there? All right. Unfortunately, the network is not as friendly as we expect this morning. And there was a critical point he made, and where the network he just froze, talking about how they were getting these people, talking about from within the force. That is where they would be getting them. Although he was trying to pinpoint where specifically they will be handpicked from, and the fact that they are not going to be patrolling like every other team that we have seen, because that was a concern to some Nigerians. What makes them different? What makes them special? You have called them special. What makes them different from what we have known over the years? But it was good, or it is good, that he's clearing the air.
Yeah, but there are still areas that he needs to talk about, because these people that are going to be deployed from other units for this special project or special program or special assignment,
yes.
Of course, at the time of carrying out the assignment, they are going to be out there on the field. They are not going to be in the offices. Now, if there are communal clashes in a place like Benue, for instance, that we always have, also in sometimes, of course, when it's time to intervene and for them to act, they have to go to Benue.
They'll go on
and they won't go there today, do the killings of whoever or arrest and then leave. They have to be there to, monitor the issue. Okay.
All right, thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we were speaking with the force public relations officer from the Nigeria Police Force, so that's ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, on the Special Intervention Squad being put together by the Acting Inspector General of Police. And ACP, while you were speaking, we had network challenges, especially with regards to the area you were talking about, where these people will be deployed from, the units they will be deployed from. And we wanted you to, or we want you rather, to perhaps take that again so Nigerians can understand what the plans are with how these persons will be gotten, so that they understand their operations as well. Because there's also the aspect of, if you say that they would not be patrolling as often as we saw other teams that Nigerians have known, when there are issues talking about crisis in any environment, they will definitely come out to patrol and resolve whatever is going on. What will be their engagement with persons in those communities, such that these people, persons in those communities, can repose confidence on them to deliver on why they are present in their communities?
Like I was saying, that the men for this special intervention squad will be mopped off from various sections of the police mobile force, counter-terrorism unit, special protection unit, intelligence response team, special tactical squad, and other tactical squads that we have in the police. So it's not just only the PMF men. We're having a combination of various trained, armed policemen who have been taken to our mobile colleges and training schools. And of course, the training, this is going to have a training session before they are deployed. The mobilization is on, like I told you. After the mobilization, the IGP will give instructions to the DIG operations to take them through certain trainings before we have deployment. And to take care of challenges in various states, the CP of the state, who was in charge representing the IGP there, we know where the problem is based on intelligence and whatever information they have on people. And I think in most cases, to have proximity to some of these areas, the CP there may decide to have them on senatorial basis. Maybe they will have some of them in senatorial districts across that state, or where any area or community that is prone to attacks or security challenges. So the operation is not a static one. It's going to be dynamic. We're going to have dimensions into the engagement of the men, and we're going to review operations. But like I said, it is not a common squad. like those ones we used to have in the past, where you just see them anyhow. No, they are for special operation, and they will only be deployed where necessary. Not that they will just go out and are looking for checking papers of vehicles, doing stop and search the way we used to see. No, it is not going to be so. And that is the purpose for which the squad is established, to strike when necessary, to decimate activities of non-state actors and criminals who may want to foment or put our people under ownership pressure in their various communities. So it's a special squad that's going to, we are optimistic that this squad is going to work, and it's going to help us to make sure we take charge of certain security issues within the country.
All right, there is this concern about orientation, the initial orientation before these people are deployed to their special assignments. We recall the days of the SARS that was earmarked for special, assignments against cultism and so on. Of course, it was reported at the time that they were specially trained, earmarked to handle that issue. But after a period of time, we saw how either high-handedness from one side, other times, different things got in the way, and we saw the reaction. So when it comes to orientation and keeping up with the standards of what this assignment is, how can you give us an indication or give us an idea of how much of training is going into this, how much of orientation is going into this for this squad? Because before they go for this special assignment, they are policemen after all.
Yes, if you follow trends of development in the police since the assumption of office of the IGP, he made a statement on attitudinal change, behavioral and attitudinal change. This is part of our curriculum in all our training schools now, with the plan of the IGP to resuscitate our counseling and family support unit of the police under our medical services. After the mobilization of these men that will form this squad, they are going to have their training, and this is part of what they are going to be taking through. Attitudinal, behavioral changes, and of course, counseling and support units will work on them to have a very stable mental state to carry out these assignments. And one good thing about this squad is this squad, unlike SARS, like I said, this squad is not going to be will not dwell much in investigating cases. When a team is set up like this, and the mandate is housed, definitely they are going to work within the mandate of that operation. The standard operating procedure is out, and there the IGP would not allow this squad, to be arresting people, sit down, taking statements. When you do that, you are going to be distracted. This is a striking force. You just go there, carry out your operation, hand over the CP of the command or any other investigation team that we send from Abuja or within that state to carry out the investigation. So they are not going to be distracted. By the time you start venturing into interrogation, taking statement, discussing with suspects, you are going to be distracted. So this special intervention squad is a functional striking force. Just go there, deploy them, strike, hand over suspect, whatever you have, to other investigation team, and then they withdraw back to their base. It's just like special forces that you don't see them. They move in group, you don't see them anyhow. I'm sure you, as you're looking at me, many people have not been seeing our special forces the way you see other conventional policemen. We have special forces that they move out, and they are still going to form part of this special intervention squad. These men have been carefully selected. Some of them have gone to Belarus to have training on special operations. They have been trained all over the country, all over the world. So we have been selective this time around to actually have young, able-bodied men who are ready to do this work. And I need to drop this here, that this squad is going to be financed. The IGP is in charge of finances. We're going to have intervention and support from the government, from all quarters, and these men will be given allowances. We don't want them to go and be at the mercy of anybody, either a politician, a captain of industry, or anybody. They are going to be independent. They are going to have their support directly from the force headquarters. So they will not be at the mercy of anybody, because if you send them out and you don't provide the necessary, of course, they are going to lose the track. They are going to be distracted. We don't want this to happen. We are planning well for this special intervention squad, and I'm sure we are going to get it right. With what we have on ground, with the ideas from the Inspector General of Police, this project is going to be a success, and they are going to achieve a lot for us.
Right. So I'm going to ask you two questions in one. Take you up on what you just said about their ensuring that their welfare package is well taken care of. Are we looking at ensuring that we are also going to spread this across every other member of the police force who are also talking about this matter of welfare as well? Because they too are also out there carrying out their duties. That's on the one hand. Then what is going to be the relationship with other sister security agencies, with these persons carrying out their duties? We know there are other sister security agencies carrying out these similar duties that this special intervention squad will be carrying out. What will be their relationship with these persons?
Well, let me quickly say that the focus of the IGP on welfare of personnel is not limited to this special intervention squad alone. With what we have on ground, the IGP is trying to make sure is declaring state of emergency on welfare of the police for now. Talking of provision of kits, uniforms, accoutrement, personal protective equipment, that's very, very crucial. We want to have text on some of these bulletproof vests we have. Gone are the days that we have bulletproof vests and they'll be expired, exposing our men to unnecessary dangers and attacks. The IGP is taking time to have quality control of some of the materials we are procuring now. We want to know that if you have a contract to procure or to supply some things to the police, how quality they are, how effective they are. This will not, I don't think police been so interested in quality control of some of these items before. But now the IGP is saying no. You must have quality control text to know that this thing you are giving us is up to standard, or are you giving us substandard items? So the welfare is key. Talking of the even accommodation is going to revisit certain policies we had in the past on accommodation, office accommodation, residential accommodation facilities for officers and men. And of course, welfare allowances, operational allowances, period duty allowances. These are very, very crucial, and this is what the IGP has taken up with necessary ministry departments and agencies to see how we can have some of these allowances paid to our men. Not only this special intervention squad, to all across all the strata in the Nigerian police force. So it is very, very key, including insurance. We tend to revisit the registration and full establishment of Nigerian Police Insurance Company Limited, so that it's going to take care of certain things concerning our insurance in the Nigerian police force. So the welfare is not what we're going to slide away. The IGP is very serious about it and is engaging all necessary ministry, department, and agencies. Thank God we're having our new ministers. I'm sure the IGP is going to engage the two of them to see how we can work better, and of course the support from the Police Service Commission. So it's very, very key, and it's crucial that we have robust welfare package for police officers and men. And for collaboration, the Special Intervention Squad definitely will work with other agencies, and I'm sure that anywhere we have a special operation to carry out, definitely we are going to involve other security agencies. See, the police coordinates internal security mechanisms, and we have the NSA who still controls all security agencies, including the military. They've been having meetings, even the intelligence community, they've been having meetings, series of meetings at home. And I'm sure with what we have on ground and the quality of the leaders we have in various offices now, from the NSA, the IGP, the defense, the armed forces, I think we are going to get it right. We're going to get it better. So they are going to work with all agencies relevant. In fact, the standard operating procedure we are preparing, we have rules for certain agencies to help, particularly intelligence community. We can't do all this without intelligence. We don't want to be reactive again. We want to be proactive to nip incidences in the board before they escalate. So this is the method. With all the equipment we are trying, the IGP is trying to install one particular application now. I'm not going to disclose this on here. on live television here. But with the cutting-edge technological platforms we're introducing, injecting to our security policing system in Nigeria, I think we can have it better. So with what we have on ground, we're going to collaborate well with all relevant agencies, stakeholders, even certain individuals in our various communities. We are working with them to see how we can actually incorporate them into our intelligence grid so that we can have better intelligence to be reactive, to be proactive in tackling some of these incidents, not to wait until they happen and we now become reactive to them.